and welcome. So I've got a few minutes today and I have some parts. So I'm going to go ahead and try to swap out this brake master cylinder. I've got some speed bleeding valves for the calipers, and I want to take the proportioning valve off and check it, clean it, stuff like that. Make sure that's not the problem before I go digging into the calipers. So anyway, here's the parts I got. Here it is. So I've got the speed bleeder valves. These should be direct replacements for the stock bleed valves, 7mm by 1.0 thread. And this is the master cylinder from a second gen non-ABS. Should be a direct bolt-on. And here is the difference between the speed bleeder and the stock bleeder. The length on the speed bleeder is just a hair bit longer, as you can see. It has more of the turnbuckle or knuckle, whatever you want to call it, which I can really appreciate, because that's the big issue with these, is that these round off way too easy. The other thing that you can tell is on the bottom. See if I can turn it. Well, you can see where it has you can kind of see that, the hole where it goes up. But the difference is in the design on the top. The speed bleeder has a valve in it to where it will allow fluid and or air to pass out but not back in, whereas the stock one is just that. The stock one is just a straight through. So that is the difference between the speed bleeder and the regular one. Well worth the $15 to $16 you're going to spend per each pair. Alright, and here it is next to the original one. The big difference I see is the ports actually face 90 degrees instead of at 45 like stock. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Should be able to make that work. But we will see. But it looks like overall length is about the same. I can tell that the diameter of the bore is bigger because the whole housing is larger. I don't know what the stock one is, but I believe this one is 15/16 or something, if what I'm reading is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the stock one off so I can get the reservoir stuff and swap over to this one, and I'm going to go ahead and bench bleed this one so that we can not have major issues. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see you on the flip side. Alright, to replace the brake master cylinder with the second gen non-ABS one, the way that I found the easiest is to go ahead and break this bolt while it's still in the car. That way you don't have to really worry about a vise, not so much. And you can go ahead and loosen the front and rear brake lines. So whenever I pulled it off, there was a lot of fluid that came from back here, so I think that seal's gone. So it's not a bad idea to go ahead and replace this, and might as well upgrade while we're at it. So I've gone ahead and take this out. Now there is another bolt or nut down on the bottom down here, so I'm going to find that socket and a extension and pull that out, and then we will transfer it, clean it first because that's disgusting, and go ahead and transfer it over to the new one, and we'll pick up over there. Alright, so we ran into a little bit of a problem swapping this over. The second gen, the threads, the whole hole actually is bigger than the first gen. So I think when they say you need the second gen non-turbo master cylinder, they mean you need the whole thing, reservoir and all, and not just the master cylinder itself. So I'm kind of stuck. Do I go ahead and put the stock one back on? Do I leave it off and just order the reservoir or not? Or what, I don't know. I guess while I have it off, I'll go ahead and pull the proportioning valve and see what that looks like, and I guess you'll go from there. I'll have to price and see how much reservoir is for this thing, because this wasn't $30, I think, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. I have to go look it up. But anyway, I guess I can go ahead and see if it actually fits in the brake booster also. So I will do that and go ahead and pull the proportioning valve off, and we'll see where we go from there. Alright, so that was a failure. Nobody sells just the brake master cylinder reservoir that I can find. They do sell the master cylinder with the reservoir, but it is like 3 times what I paid for this one. So if you're watching this and you have a second gen non-ABS brake master cylinder reservoir and you don't need it, hit me up in the comment section below, and I'll shoot you some contact information, because without that I'm not going anywhere. Well, I can go places, I just can't stop. So I'm also kind of drawing a blank on the proportioning valve. I'm not certain how to really check it to see if it's actually working. I do believe something's wrong with my master cylinder, because whenever I went ahead and put everything back together, and I was going to bench bleed it so that I could just put it back on, and at least I could try to drive the car. Maybe cleaning it would do something, but it wouldn't even. It has 2 ports on it, and the farthest one from the brake booster would constantly get fluid out. The inside one wouldn't ever get fluid out, and it didn't feel like it was going all the way. So something's not right with that thing. Yay, bugs. I have the master cylinder for the second gen non-ABS, so I might as well just go ahead and run it. But I can't without a master cylinder reservoir. And I've just got to figure out what to do with the proportioning valve. So if anybody has any experience with proportioning valves, how to check them, let me know. Hit me up in the comment section below. And hopefully we'll be able to get it going soon. I really want to get it going, especially now, because my Lexus, the starter's starting to go out in it. It's the click of death, as I call it. You can turn the key, click, click, click. I mean, one time or 14 times, and it'll finally start. Other Toyotas that I've owned have done that, and yeah, I know I said Lexus, but Lexus is Toyota. So just replacing the contacts in it usually works, but being where it is in the car, I'm going to go ahead and replace the whole starter, because it's under the intake, in between the heads. Royal pain in the butt to get to. When I do it, I'll probably bring y'all along for the ride. It's about a 6-hour job, so a lot of time lapse. But anyway, so I'm not stopping anytime soon, because no brakes. So anyway, if you want to see more stuff like this, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. If you have any comments, just hit them down below, because I'm almost at a loss on what to do with this thing, and hopefully I can get it going soon. But anyway, just a quick work, trying to work on the car. I did get 2 of the brake bleed, the speed bleeders installed. That was on the front, so I'll have to do the rears now, but I need to jack the car up to do that. So, but anyway, just another step in this journey. So, I guess till next time.